Welcome back to America Trends. I'm Ernie Nussbaum, filling in for Dr. Gina. Joining us now is political analyst and civil rights advocate Ernie White. Welcome to the show, Ernie.
Hey, nice to be here.
It's great to spend some time with you again. We've done a number of shows together in the past.
Right.
So we've got a controversial topic, and it's taken on a life of its own the last couple days, Ernie. Black Lives Matter had a life different than what it's become lately. During the last week or so, Black Lives Matter has become F the police, F the French, F the First Amendment. I'm not sure how all these interrelate, but what is the message these people are trying to convey, and are they truly anti-everything?
Well, first thing you got to realize is, let's go back to what we're learning in school right now, which is Common Core. So you got to look at our school system. Right now, from K through 12, you got Common Core. Once you get out of high school, you're going to these colleges with these professors. And these professors are the ones that are actually starting to train our kids on how to do what you're seeing right now. As a matter of fact, when you saw all those kids at the colleges that were actually rallying and actually screaming at the press, telling them, you can't come in here. There were the professors out front that were saying, make sure they don't come in here. Make sure they don't come in here. It was the professors doing it. So you've got kids who, first of all, as far as I'm concerned, a lot of the kids right now are spoiled. We spoiled the kids. We spoiled this generation. They expect to get anything they want, anytime they want it. Now you've got a school system that actually perpetrates that. And you've got all these professors that are actually training these kids, your kids, on how to do what they're doing. They have forgotten about the First Amendment. They've forgotten about the Constitution.
Well, on that subject of the First Amendment, there's a number of videos all over trending right now, Ernie, where actual professors at these universities are screaming at the cameras, you have no right to speak. The First Amendment doesn't apply to you. Doesn't it apply to everybody?
It applies to everybody. And Black Lives Matter, let me just say this. I'm not going to put them down because I know that there were some people out there doing some tweets. I know that was going on. But with any type of organization, you're always going to have somebody that's out there doing something that's radical and extreme. So I'm happy to see, by the way, these kids doing anything, because right now most Americans are sitting around doing absolutely nothing. You talked about the Syrian refugees coming over here. I don't see anybody out there yelling in the streets saying we can't let this happen. Not Republicans and not Democrats. I'm not going to let the Republicans off the hook. They're doing absolutely nothing to protect this country. So again, we have a country that's lazy. And so when I see the kids out there at least doing something, I'm kind of happy that they're out there. Maybe they're a little bit misguided, but at least they're out there doing something. We are a lazy country. And I'm telling you, most of you folks, you need to get off your butts, get off your computers, get off your Facebooks, and start doing something. What's wrong with you? You're losing your damn country. Wake up. Would you wake up? What do I have to do to wake you up? You're in trouble. These refugees are coming. You've got a president that said over 200,000 Syrian refugees, many of them are going to be terrorists. They are coming to your town. They're coming here in California. As a matter of fact, right here in California, our governor has already said every single one of them, they're welcome right here in California. So if you want to rally about something, we need to rally about that. We need to stop this because that's going to destroy our nation.
So hold on a minute. First of all, I agree with you. 100% of what you just said.
Thank you. I'm glad you do.
The part I'm confused about is that's a national security issue. It's an issue that could cause widespread terrorism in the heartland from coast to coast.
That's right.
Here in Southern California, everybody that I talk to is scared to death about it. I spoke before a women's group not too long ago, 150 ladies in attendance. One question over and over and over again, they're coming, what can we do? Well, there's nobody for us to complain to. But why is it that on the college campuses, University of Missouri as an example, it's screw everybody. It's almost anarchy in the streets of the college campuses. They're not for anything.
Right.
They're against everything. They're not organizing to empower them to be involved in the political process, right, Ernie? What they're talking about is almost a takeover and a breakdown of the rules. And what scares me the most, Ernie, is when the Constitution, which should be in gold with a box around it, don't cross this line, they start throwing out amendments like they don't matter.
Oh,
What's going on?
Constitution's already broken. Constitution has been smashed. This president has smashed the Constitution. Doesn't care about the Constitution. This president has not asked the people, do we want these refugees to come here? He has not asked us anything. He has not asked the Congress, do we want these refugees to come here? He doesn't care about the Constitution. The schools do not care about the Constitutions as well. Let me just say this as well. On November 30th in Paris, this president is going to give away this country to the United Nations. It's called the 2030 Plan. I want everybody to look it up, the 2030 Plan. This is all a smokescreen so that you don't see it. Paris is on lockdown, and the reason they're on lockdown, they don't want anybody protesting during this 2030 plan. This is an environmental plan. This is going to be global warming. This is global warming, I guess, on the highest scale.
Well, don't forget,
nobody knows
Bernie
about
Sanders is convinced that global warming has caused ISIS.
This president has said just at G20 that climate change is the reason the Islamic terrorists are doing what they're doing. He blamed climate change. But the CIA director also said it today. He said climate change is one of the reasons that these Islamic terrorists, he didn't say Islamic terrorists, I'm saying Islamic terrorists. He said that's why they're doing what they're doing. But again, look at the smoke screen. What's happening on the college campuses? What's happening right now with your president? In November 30th, I'm telling you, 2030 plan, please look it up. This is going to sink America because we're going to be under the United Nations environmental strategies, United Nations global warming rules and regulations, and you will not be able to break it, and you will have an international court that will enforce these rules and regulations. So again, America, you need to wake up. One more thing. In California, I thought this would wake us up. In California, boys can shower with girls in school, folks. Boys can shower with girls in school. All you have to do is say, I feel like a girl today, and you can shower with girls. And that didn't wake up the people of California. So again, I don't know what's going to wake up this country. So if you're out there rallying at all, hopefully you have some focus, make it nonviolence, but still get out there, keep it up, keep rallying, do something because this country needs to wake up.
All right, Ernie, let's wrap it up with this. Let's go back to the beginning. I appreciate your opinions, and I hope our viewers do as well. In regards to the Black Power movement of today, that now has widespread support, as we talked about, the professors, the staff, the administration, white, black, Hispanic, Asian students are all marching together. What's different about this movement from movements that were similar of the past? Is this Black Lives Matter truly a Black Power movement, or is it something else entirely?
Well, Black Lives, they started because of the police brutality, and that's what they were focusing on. They were focusing on police brutality in the black neighborhoods. That is a big problem. We do have some police officers that are very bad, and we have a lot of other police officers who will say nothing about them. So that is why they formed and organized. Because when somebody is shot and killed without a gun in their hand, you need somebody to run to, and they put their group together, and at least they're trying to do something. I do not agree with everything that they do, but I'm not going to shoot down anybody that at least is going out there trying. I do not agree with violence, but they're trying to do something. And again,
but has that movement been hijacked by all this other anarchy in terms of we're against everything, we're against everybody, we're against the Constitution, we're against free speech?
It's being hijacked by the liberal left. It's being hijacked by your professors, by your teachers. And again, if this country doesn't wake up, if you don't do anything, you're going to lose your country, and you're going to lose it this year.
Ernie White, thanks for being here. As you can tell, we've got a very opinionated, very informed young man. Let's listen to what he has to say. Go do your research on your own, and let us know what you have to think about it. Let us know by Skype or by Twitter. We'd really like to know what you think about what you just heard. Thanks a lot.